the most terrifying part was, so this bridal party, it could have made up the whole cast of gondoliers. 12 bridesmaids, 12 groomsmen. I'm so for real.
Made up the cast. That's crazy.
Like, I'm so for real. Like, there's
crazy.
One of, like, my literal solo in the show is like, 24 we, and ye are 4 and 20. Like, I'm so for real. I was like, oh, come join us.
That's
like,
funny.
Yeah. So, it's crazy.
What song is that?
It's like one of the opening things for gondoliers. But anyways.
Oh, okay. I thought you sang that at the wedding. I was like, what?
I could stand to be more clear.
No, you're fine. You're
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
How we doing? We're doing good today. How are we?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. Wedding bells, Valentine's
Day. Long past now. However, so much can happen in one day.
You got to tell me about this service.
Yeah. We literally said we're saving this for the pod. So, on Valentine's Day, I worked a wedding, and it was just like basically like a Catholic service. And this is something I've kind of gleaned, and like, this is just at the Catholic churches that I've worked at. I've worked at like a fair amount of them. There's usually always some last minute change.
I love that.
Just thrown in for funsies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I didn't know anything about the couple going into it. I didn't know anything about the dress code. Everyone there was so Italian. It was delightful.
Nice.
it was really cool. Because I was like, you don't hear Italian spoken often, like at least in the spaces.
Like Italian.
That's what I'm saying. And so like I was like walking on my way out, and I heard like all of the like the grandmas and grandpas, they were speaking Italian. I was like, oh my God.
They, the nonnas.
The nonnas and the the nonnas and the nonnos.
So
I don't know. I could be very wrong. But yeah, no. So I was like, okay, cool. But basically, I had the music. I sang the Schubert Ave Maria for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's great.
Deceptively hard to put together when you're first looking at it because of like the 16th notes being slower than they look, and like, okay, is that a 30-second quaver?
Which
or like
one is that? Ave Maria. Okay,
Yeah.
I get
So you should have done it, not me.
No, that's okay.
No, you should have done it. You might have to sing it one day.
Bring out the guitar. Yeah, I haven't yet.
Yeah, I never thought I would. I was like, okay, great, here we go. So did that. That was the part of the service. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently, like, it's like it might have just, maybe it's not a Catholic thing. I don't fully know if it's a Catholic thing. Sound off in the comments if you know. But it was like a giving flowers to the bride, like in honor of Mary. And so, like, the women in her life, like, gave her, like, I think it was lilies. I was, like, more locked in on my solo than, like, seeing what was happening. But, like, all the church musicians.
This is while you were singing. You were, like, taking notes of what's going on.
I'm like, so what's happening? Because the bride walked my way. All of the musicians were off in the corner. It was piano and violin and me, like, off to the far left corner, kind of not in the view of anyone, which was really nice. I felt very safe.
Yeah.
And then, like, we were all mic'd up. But I did have, like, a stand that I needed to walk to when I sang. Kind of still in that corner. But the bride, like, with the women in her life, like, with the flowers, like, walked all the way over to the front where the musicians were. I was like, oh, God, like, so much pressure already. Like, okay, Christ. She walked by with the flowers and then, like, walked back to the center. And I was so nervous. In fact, I think I might have messed up once. Like, I think I got... Because... if I'm keeping it so real, I didn't have much time with the music.
Yeah.
I was given the music the day before, which is not ideal. And like, the director apologized, but I don't think it was like his fault. I think that he maybe wasn't given all the information he needed, because when I tell you I showed up to that gig and like the poor director, even himself, looked stressed because we were being given like so much last minute stuff, like four new pieces.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm sight reading at this wedding.
So are the solos?
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh. So when I
sight reading the solos, piss me off.
Don't piss me off. I'm not joking when I say this was the most stressful gig I've ever done. I was so stressed. The pay was very nice, so I'm like, fine. But I was like, you can't throw this at me.
Well, and you're going to sound nice no matter what. If you sing the wrong notes, if you sing the wrong words, you're still going to sound nice.
And I don't blame the director
at
all. It was like, oh my God, clearly he's being given this stuff. And he's like, okay, we're gonna roll with this. And the director was like, the best. He was like, I'll sing like some of this stuff with you. I was like, you rock, thank you.
That's nice.
Because he could sing and play piano in the mic. So I was like, bless you. So whatever, we did it. We didn't even get to rehearse all the pieces because like obviously the wedding was coming in. The most terrifying part was so this bridal party, it could have made up the whole cast of gondoliers. 12 bridesmaids, 12 groomsmen. I'm so for real.
Made up the cast. That's crazy.
Like I'm so for real. Like there's
crazy.
one of like my literal solo in the show is like 24 we and ye are 420. Like I'm so for real. I was like, oh, come join us.
That's
like
funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What song is that?
It's like one of the opening things for gondoliers. But
okay. I thought you sang that at the wedding. I was like, what?
I could stand to be more clear.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, hey, you want to join the cast of gondoliers? I don't know. So it was like long. And like I said, we were off to the far left or whatever. And it was kind of hard to see the aisle. I, thank God, did not have to worry about any of the prelude music or like the walking down processional stuff.
I got a story to tell you about that.
Good. Okay, perfect. Literally, what was hard about it was like I could sit back and relax, and it was the pianist and violinist that were like clocking, you know, who's down the aisle. Did we finish everybody? Is it time to switch the music to Here Comes the Bride? Because that's what the bride had picked for like her procession, like her coming down the aisle, like the classic da 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 da. Yeah. So there needed to be a moment where like, okay, everyone has come down, let's switch. But for some reason, the pianist, the director, and the violinist couldn't see if like, and I could barely see if we had finished like getting everyone down the aisle, other than the bride. And like the director looks to me and he's like, are they done? Like, have they finished? I'm like, I can't see. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, I can't see either. And like, the priest is kind of looking at us. And I was like, I'm gonna shoot myself. Also, why is this up to me? Do not leave this up to me. Do not leave this up to me. And so they just kind of finished it and then started the processional. And like, we couldn't, like, my fear was that they're like either a parent or like someone else was left that we just didn't know about. Yeah. Oh. So I was like,
because you don't want to start it too early.
Exactly, because then it completely throws off the bride, or like it would just be the worst thing. My heart was like in my stomach because also the priests gave us a nod to be like, but I didn't know if that meant do the processional again or if that meant switch to the bride song. So I was just like, okay, like, please let it be fine. Like, I'll know it's fine if the bride looks okay. Like, if the bride looks okay, that means, like, we did it. It's fine. Yeah. And the bride looks kind of like it's serious for the bride. Like, she... Yeah. So I was...
So at this point, were you playing the wedding march?
Yes. We switched to the wedding march. She was coming down, and both her parents were with her. So I was like, okay, gotcha. I don't think we missed out on any parents. I think it's fine.
You never know. It's always different.
Exactly. That was the concern, is like, is the mom going to walk down and then the bride? Like, you just don't know.
I blocked my wedding. I did. I was like, and you go now, and you go now. It was like, you know, I mean, I didn't do much. Coley did so much for the wedding, but the one thing I did do was say, everybody line up, and then you go, and when they get to this point, you go, and then you go, and then you go. Yeah. And that was very funny to have just directed an opera and then be like, okay, guys, just let me do it. Just let me do it.
Okay, and here's the order. Come on. Yeah. Like, whatever.
And I'm totally not, like, intense in that way, you know, but like
type B chord, type B,
type like C or D. I mean,
wedding type C. That's awesome. But, yeah, no. She didn't look all that upset.
That's good.
But I think she was just emotional. Like, I got so scared.
Did you start it? So you ended up starting it late then?
Very subtly. Okay. It wasn't too bad, though.
Yeah.
Like, there was...
So she came out the door, or she came into the sanctuary or whatever, and then it started.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we started, and then she came. She didn't even, like, come into the sanctuary yet. I think they were fully waiting for us to start playing the processional, for her to even come in. Gotcha. So, whatever. It worked out. Yeah, I thought I saw a couple people chuckling. So I was like, are we fucking up? Like, am I fucking up this person's wedding? Genuinely, that's what upset me so much, was like, if it's a wedding, I really want to know all the music. How could you do that? Like, I know the Catholics like to switch it up. That's okay. But on a wedding, I don't think it's fine. Yeah. It's okay. Again, not the director's fault. Clearly, like,
Yeah, it's so nerve-wracking because it's like,
whatever.
For us, it's like, okay, yeah, we're doing another gig, but
so
it's a once-in-a-lifetime
for
thing.
Them. It only happens for them once. I was like, I'm not going to be the reason that gets screwed up for someone. So
but Coley's got some horror stories from my wife Coley paints weddings. So
really?
She's got some horror stories. Yeah, of the DJ like playing the wrong song, or like an advertisement plays before, like she's got some horror stories with that, and I feel so bad. It's like I would be pissed.
I'm gonna be in contact with her saying who not to get.
No, seriously,
insane.
Yeah, but
wow.
Yeah, so it's just like so intense.
What were you thinking of?
I played piano for my sister-in-law's wedding. Did I tell you about that? I don't know if I told you about that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell it for the pod.
Okay.
But so if like anybody that's like heard my piano playing, hears me be like, Caden played piano for a wedding, is like, you did what? Yeah, so
well, you're good at it.
No. No. I mean, I can play, I can do my pentascales
more than I can do,
and my major scales, but like
sure. Okay.
Like it's bad, and I mean my students that I play piano for, like Grace Hummel is always like, which totally valid.
Sure.
she'll think that's funny, but So Coley, my wife, her sister's getting married, and she asked me to play piano for the wedding. I'm like, you know what? I'm not a pianist at all, but like I think I can whip up a couple songs.
Yeah.
She wanted Invisible String by Taylor Swift and Little Wonders from Meet the Robinsons.
Okay.
You know that song? I forget the artist, but it was in that movie.
Cool.
So I practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. And I get it. I'm so nervous.
Okay.
But I was playing. I started with the Taylor Swift song. So I was just, and that was like chords and the melody. Wasn't anything. I mean, neither of them were anything too crazy. But just like I'm not a pianist. I cannot like look at a sheet music and then like read it at all.
That's so hard.
Other than maybe one line or maybe two lines if my brain's really working that day.
Yeah.
So I'm like playing the melody and stuff as the bridal party's walking. And the wedding planner was like, Caden, I'll nod to you when the bride's about to come out, and you can start it, and you can start the Little Wonders, which should be like her march.
About this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways. I'm playing, and I see that like the bridal party the wedding party is done, is up there. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like kind of wrap this up. Okay, I see the wedding planner. She gives me a nod. I'm like, okay, let me get to a major chord.
Roll it out.
We're on the one. There we go. And then I start, and the wedding planner lets in a bunch of people that were late. I'm like, why would you do that? I'm like, why would you do that?
For real?
Yeah. So I'm like, why would you do that? And it was like it wasn't like it took me maybe 4 seconds to get like back to the one.
And then like stop.
And end it nicely. Yeah.
It's like, and now everyone who's late, come on in.
And then I changed my thing, which took probably 2 seconds, and then I breathed in and played, and then a bunch of people ran in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. So, but I'm like, whatever. I can't think about it. And then I see my sister-in-law, walking down the aisle, and I'm like nervous. And then I'm like, oh, I hear music. I'm like, wait. Oh no, it's coming from me. It's coming from my fingers. In that moment,
the music.
No, seriously, in that moment, I freaked out. I was like, it's coming from my hands. Oh no.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It was. I mean, it was beautiful, and I played well.
Yeah,
and I didn't hit a wrong note. I was so proud of myself, and I really practiced.
Good for you.
And she still got to walk the full length of the aisle to the. It just happened that instead of doves, there were just like five or six people that were late
sweating.
That just came in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was funny, but in that moment I was terrified.
The music is coming from me.
It worked out, and it's like, okay, great. I'm not gonna play piano for another wedding.
Yeah, I think we've done our time.
It was the most nervous I've been, I think, period, for any sort of performance.
Oh, the stakes.
Yeah, the stakes.
Stakes are the worst.
But it was nice to have a specific job at the family wedding.
Yeah.
Besides just being a man there that can move furniture and decorations.
That is nice. You're like, I have more value than this.
No, just to be oh, sorry guys, I gotta play the piano. I'm not able to move the arch.
Guys, I'm so busy. Guys.
and it did feel nice to play and it was nice that Coley's family and her extended family kind of got to see me actually do something.
Yeah.
That they definitely value. Even if some
aren't
of them
always valuable.
Even if some of them have come to my stuff, it's they definitely are oh wow, that's something that he can contribute to this family. And that's gonna
maybe it's good we let him have the music major. I don't know.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that was that.
What the hell? You live to tell the tale. Caden, I don't know what is telling me this, but my gut is telling me that you had some thoughts about English opera lately.
About singing opera in English, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's in the brain space? What's on the dome?
Oh, it's just been a lot of stuff recently that sort of led me to this conclusion.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to get canceled. In America, I don't think we should do opera. I think we should do opera in English.
Listen.
Or Spanish, if it's a Spanish-speaking area.
Yes.
100%. I think that the cost that the audience pays in losing understanding of the text outweighs the beauty of the language.
That's my hot take. One more time.
That's my hot take.
Literally dead. I say it one more time.
The cost that the audience pays to not understand the words outweighs the beauty of the language. That's my hot take.
I think that's a great take. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with you. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I read, it was while we were at Mosey, actually. I was reading that book about marketing for singers. And the person who had written the book, had spent a lot of time in, it might have been the USSR back when he was there, but Russia. And the Russians, they love their opera. They love it.
Yeah.
And a big reason that existed, granted it was on this principle of, well, why would we have it in any other language other than the workers' language? And so they did all of their operas in Russian. They did it in the language that people could understand. And guess what? People were there in droves, full houses, full. So I think you're right. I think it's either opera houses have to be fine with way, way, way lowering the ticket prices. I'm talking $20 a seat. I'm for real. Yeah. Or you're doing it in English.
And sell popcorn. We've been
or whatever else is relevant in the area.
In English. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right for that.
Yeah.
Because,
I don't know. And there's a lot of nuance to it.
Sure.
Because there's the whole conversation of culture, of the culture of the people from which the art came is valuable. But I think it's kind of like anime.
Okay.
The real anime fans watch it with subtitles.
Yeah.
But the big draw of
is the
animes
dubbed.
that cross over is the dub.
Yeah.
Is the English dub.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I am with you. I do think that we still need to offer the legit pure art form, but I think you're right that maybe we offer it at more of like a 30 to 25% level in comparison to having more English out there.
But the thing with that is I think if some giant company like one of the A houses did that and was like, we're doing 70% in English or whatever, nobody would go to the other ones at that point.
You make a fair point.
And it's like you go to the Lyric and you go to an Italian opera and you see Italian people like from Italy speaking Italian, clearly like enjoying that.
Yeah.
And like that's valuable, but like is that like just from a pure like selling ticket standpoint, is that getting more people there than I don't think that's reaching as big of an audience as it can.
Yeah.
And I think the Italian people in America would still enjoy an Italian opera in English in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then the same. If that's the case, then we would.
English, and if they're in America, likely they do. I don't know.
Big contender for offering both.
It's very complicated, but
increasing massively.
That's my
increasing massively the amount of English that we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said. This is really hard. It's like you can't please everyone. I think right now opera tries to please everyone.
Yeah.
In some ways.
For sure.
And oftentimes it's donors, which I get that. However, I don't know. They're trying to please everyone, but at the same time, pleasing no one. It's hard. And I don't want to say no one, but I think we could be appealing more with English. I think you're right.
Yeah, and it sort of come to me from a couple of things. Like one of the things that this thought has like fully solidified for me is my school's doing Dialogue of the Carmelites. Poulenc wrote this opera should be done in the language of the audience. We're doing it in French. And
can I keep it real? I had no idea.
Yeah, it's like dialogue of the Carmelites. Dialogue.
It's about what they're saying.
Conversation.
It's about what they're saying, and it should be in what they understand.
Yeah. So that's the first thing.
So interesting.
Go ahead.
No, that's so interesting. I had no idea. This is like standard repertoire, and that's something that. So it's not about what would the composer want?
Yeah, it's even
about
that.
It's about this is Psy art,
and it's like I think like Verdi. I mean, Verismo is like of the people. Like when you go back to Mozart, and it's like they're in Austria doing Italian opera for the nobility. Like that's sort of a different thing.
But is it different because the nobility's like we like this like niche thing?
Yeah,
and they're maybe trying to sell that and market it in the same. It was being marketed in the 1700s to nobility, but nobility looks different in the United States. It's about wealth, and we still try to cater to the same thing. Oh, okay, whoa, uncovered a stone. I think we just uncovered a stone anyway.
Maybe.
Maybe so.
Yeah, you're smart. That's
anyway, let's bring opera back to people.
And that's like Verdi, was definitely writing opera for the people in Italian. That's why Magic Flute was in German. Magic Flute wasn't in German because everybody liked the sound of German. It was in German because everybody spoke German.
Yeah.
So the second thing is, as an American and as kind of an uncultured, what do you call it?
We know who we are.
Single lingual,
monolingual,
as a I have basic, awesome. I have like basic, really really basic conversational Italian, German, and Spanish, maybe like barely.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do appreciate the beauty of the language, but I had to get a degree to appreciate the beauty of the language. 2 degrees to appreciate the beauty of the language. So I've been doing musicals lately and opera in English. The amount that, even though like like I've done Marriage of Figaro twice now. I did Don Giovanni before that, all in Italian. So like my Italian diction, I mean, I've worked really hard on it to the point where I do feel like I can use the language expressively. I can use the idiosyncratic sounds and characteristics of the language artistically in a way that's really expressive. But then I do an opera in English or a musical, and it's like so much more connected to how I can express
it's innate.
The language.
It was meant to be innate because that's how it was designed. And like at the end of the day, we get those degrees to be able to do the best we can to figure out how to express as best we can in those languages, in the context of like, oh, well, maybe someday you'll be going to Italy and doing an opera in Italian, and so you need to be on your T and still getting the Italians to feel something and not be taken out of the story because of your accent or that you're born with.
No.
And so, like, those degrees are there to prepare you for anything, but it's truly for that context. Like, sure, someone can be like an American watching an Italian opera can be like impressed by like, wow, they get these degrees and it must be so correct, but they'll never know. Like
you know, I've done Count twice. I'm going to do it again this summer.
Yeah.
I don't think my Count will be better than 50% of Italian baritones doing it, just because they're so able to be so connected to the language and to all the very, very complicated and subtle complexities of feeling that you find in that language when you are a native or fluent speaker.
Because that's what makes theater good.
Yeah. And so I'm doing, you know, like I did Mari Eston's Phantom, which is the American Phantom. I'm doing Carousel, which is a standard American musical.
Yeah.
And I understand, not only do I understand the subtleties of the English, I understand the subtleties of the slang that's used.
Yeah.
Specifically with Carousel, the New England accent versus the New York accent and what that means for that character. Even and it's like I feel like I gain so much through that. That's a lot more impactful than whenever I sing in Italian, even whenever I've done my word-for-word translation, even when my diction is right on, even whenever I've done the roll all around the aria, it still is missing that thing that to me is so human.
Yeah.
And so expressive and so artistic. And there's also the thing of like, you know, American musicals being like, or like musical theater being kind of an American art form, you know, that I feel that's sort of in the same way as like the language is like a culture that I'm directly a part of and can contribute to, rather than borrow from another culture and I mean still borrow and celebrate differently than actually being a part of it, you know?
Yes. Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, like MT came from opera, and like when opera came here, MT was born out of it.
Well, and
early musicals
MT,
are fun.
I mean, you know, you can talk about the minstrel shows and stuff like that, and I mean, there's always awful history involved. With,
any of America's stuff. And Jesus Christ.
I mean, especially anything with anybody's stuff, but particularly America.
Yes,
so it's easy to have this conversation, and it's easy to write off. I think it's easy to write off too. You want to do it in English, you're like erasing culture, or you want to, or like, you're not, that's a racist opinion or something like that you don't want to do it in the other language. But I think there's room for more complex conversations around it.
More grayscale as opposed to black and white.
Especially when you're doing operas in the middle of nowhere.
Which you have a lot of experience with.
If you're in Chicago, which is like a, you know, like a hub of culture and people from all over the planet, you know, coming to Chicago, I think it's more understandable to do operas in the original language as sort of like a pillar of the culture that it came from and as part of that. But if you're in I don't know, Louisiana or Georgia, which there are opera companies there.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have as much of that cultural. I think it would. I think it would be more impactful and more appealing to the people there and the cultures that are there if they were able to understand the stories in 100%. Their own language.
It's kind of like necessary. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and the Chicago audience, like, it was interesting. I went and saw Salome at Lyric, and
nice.
I was intrigued. Part of my intrigue on it was like, I wonder how. Yeah, I know. But I was like, I wonder how audiences will take this or like this. Very packed house on a Tuesday for Salome. I was like, oh, people really want to see this tea. That's really cool in itself. Yeah. And a lot of young people in the audience too.
Yeah, Salome is like weirdly attractive to people. I've sort of heard.
Well, here's the thing. I have a lot of friends that are into horror, that are into like freak movies. Like, let's also keep it real. There's a lot of like freak core movies that are
I'm into those. I like those.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of freak core movies that are like in, and like there's cult followings around. And I think that some of the only operas that might work in other languages are the ones that maybe fit into the veins of those people that enjoy that vein of topic. Like, Salome was very interesting to watch other people watch. There were parts that surprised me that people laughed at because it was so uncomfortable to watch.
That was when I was in Salome. That's what.
Yes,
there's a little bit of that.
Yeah,
I was in Salome. You knew that. I was the Cappadocian. I had 5 lines.
Oh, yeah. That took me a second. I was like, when the hell
and
were
we
you
did it
Salome?
in English. Who is he? What is his name? Yokanaan.
Yokanaan.
Is that not how you do it in German?
I think they go Johanaan.
Yeah. That's what we did. Yohana.
Oh, okay. You said Yohana. I was like, Yokana.
I don't know. Okay. I don't remember. I didn't actually.
I think that would be fierce if you did it. Yokana. That's gonna be kind of fun. I don't know, but it was really interesting to watch them like
your face, Yokana.
Your mouth. Like, okay, girl, whatever. It was kind of crazy, but
goofy.
I was like, it was
opera in English is
I like
goofy.
seeing all the young people.
Also, with that hot take, it is goofy. But is that
a product of the libretto? Yeah.
And
the
translation, like, it is very hard to translate an opera and it to sound good.
Yeah.
But it's doable.
Absolutely.
You can do it. All of the
just takes effort.
I mean, the Pacific Opera projects, their translations are pretty darn good. And I mean, they take a lot of liberties, putting it in space or in Star Trek or whatever. And I think I think
that's appropriate too.
I really like that, and then they do the translation in line with that, which I think is good.
Yeah. Opera in all the contexts can exist, but I think it takes a lot more grayscale of a conversation to see what market it's going to.
Yep. Yeah.
Like who needs what. But also, like, at the end of the day, I think your take is right. Let's have a higher percentage of English.
And it has to be good English translations,
yes, it has
too.
It has to be.
That's part of it, is we don't need the Schirmer translation where it's written in Shakespearean English for no reason, because the translation was written in the 70s, but for whatever reason they're all saying thou and thus, and it's like, why?
I know.
Trying to heighten this thing.
Like, it's not set in England, so why would you set it like it's 1700s
exactly.
England? It's still 1700s Italy.
1500 England.
And if like, reinterpret their language to how people would be processing it in whatever given time. You know what I mean? That's so lofty.
Well, I saw Hamnet recently, and it was like,
you told me how good that was.
Oh, it's so good. But there's like a scene where Shakespeare's wife like goes to the Globe Theater to see one of her husband's plays for the first time, because he was just like going to London and back, and she just like, it was like, she didn't really like, growing up in this tiny little like remote
town,
village or whatever, and not really getting how plays work, and she like ran up to the front of the stage and was like, I mean, everybody was like hanging, like had their arms like rested on the stage, and the people were in front of them. And I thought this was so cool, and it was like she was like talking to people full volume, and it is, and like some people were shushing her, and it was, but it was interesting to see like. It was interesting to see an interpretation of how real people would at that time would have thought of real entertainment that they were participating in
real time.
At that time.
Yeah.
So I forget where I was going with that.
So freaking cool.
Yeah, but like it wasn't. But to them, it wasn't heightened. It wasn't heightened. It was real. But maybe, but this is this, which maybe even says more. This is a 2025, 2026 take on what that would have felt like.
Yeah.
Whereas in Shakespeare's time, it would have been men as the women characters, and it might have been really weird. I mean,
yeah, for us to look at and be,
but even for them.
But there it is. It's a 2025, 2026 interpretation,
and it was so effective.
Yes,
and it was so effective to me, and I feel like we could go in that direction.
Being willing to stray from tradition just enough to make it more tapped in to what audiences need now.
Not necessarily stray from tradition, but like
all the way. Because sure, we're a traditional art form.
Not stray from tradition, but not stray from tradition, but lean into the essence of the tradition.
The essence of the tradition to resonate with people of today.
Like the essence of the tradition as why was it that way? What about that made it resonate with people at that time? What can we do to make it resonate in the same way with people now?
Yeah.
And in our area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are saying the same thing.
Yeah. So,
seconding that.
I don't know.
I think there is something to be said about Bridgerton. I know. Yeah. And I love Shondaland.
I like season 1 and season 3. I couldn't really get it. I think I don't remember if I finished season 2. Yeah.
Really?
I couldn't get into it as much.
Fair. I didn't know you've watched Bridgerton. We've never talked about this. That's so fierce. Yeah. That's awesome.
I watched it with my mom and dad. It was really funny. We didn't know it was going to be that. So when they started getting it on, me and my mom were just sitting there well, it was fine. It was fine.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God. I love Shondaland's vision in the sense that she is incorporating people of color into this world that is not that.
Yeah.
And
the guy in the first one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my God, so talented. But I love it because it's the perfect way to speak to American audiences and make them understand what this world was feeling like. Because IRL, it was all white as hell, and it was what brand of white is happening here? Yeah. But for us, it's you're this race and you're this. There's a specific term of what Shondaland wanted for there's a specific word that I'm going to look up in just a second because it's going to bother me. What were you going to say?
Bridgerton is still heightened,
yes.
It's still heightened language, and the drama is a little bit more the way they play everything is just a little bit further than a period piece like The Little Women or something like that. Mm-hmm. It was heightened language, but it wasn't as much of a spectacle as Bridgerton is. You get the larger than life wigs and dresses and stuff.
But again, it's still splendor that caters to our eye. It would have been different back then. The visuals would have been different, but it would have resonated to them.
In a similar way.
Like a hella white, crispy, powdered wig would have been processed to them as oh. But for us, we see their crazy shaped
iPhone
wigs,
face?
and we're I know, right?
iPhone, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This is what it was called. It's it's almost thought of as a form of Afrofuturism, like art almost, but like obviously it's a TV show, but like it's Afrofuturism because it's like, it's a form of like processing how things could have been different if like, you know, white supremacy didn't reign, whatever. That's its own thing. But like imagining alternate timelines in which this is how things could have been thought of. It's so tasteful, and I love how it can be processed by Americans, but we're still like learning things about how people were thinking back then in like the 1700s in class status. It's so it scratches an itch in my brain. I love it. I don't even care if it's not, but that's the thing. You get people that will have gripes with how far it strays from tradition, and like reasons for that, sure, question marks. Hey, however, but even if it's not like a question of like, is that like kind of like a racist thought? Even if it's not that, and they're just like, but that's not how I want to, like certain other things, like the dresses not being totally Regency style or like whatever. There's some people that will
the essence
always be upset that feeling. It's straight at all because they don't as much value that, like, oh, it will resonate differently for this audience in the same way it would have been for the people of that time. But the purpose is to get us to feel that same way, and they just don't value it that same way. And I think the same can be said for opera on whatever it gets tweaked. Because we're a traditional art form, there's going to be a gripe always with, this is supposed to be historically informed. And like, you know, no shade. Like, I think it does have time and place.
Well, and it's like,
and you did it at my birthday dinner.
You're okay with setting Bohème in space, but you're not going to do it. It's in like you're gonna set it in space
in English.
You're gonna set it in,
because how dope if it would be in English.
I'm talking about there was a production in Paris that was La Bohème in space. It's like that's cool, but like if it's in Paris, then do it in
French.
Do it in French.
Fierce.
If you're okay with straying so much from tradition, I don't know.
I
guess they're trying to like. I guess the language is like what they're trying to like. This is part of the tradition that we're inviting people in by setting it in this cool area. This cool setting, whatever. And it's like the thing that this conversation, like these kinds of conversations, like they need to be had, but they're easy to have. Like it's easy to, and it's like most people aren't going to talk. Like I don't think the conversation we are having now is like something that most people are talking about. But the thing that's really hard is like, okay, well, what can we suggest people do, or how can we actually have any sort of progress? Like, what actions can we take? It's so, I mean, like online,
how do we ask for what
that's
we want?
That's like the thing that like makes me crazy is it's like you can repost whatever all you want, but like at the end of the day, nothing's gonna happen by, oh yeah, I agree with this, share, you know. But connected to that, I think the trick is company, artistic, general directors need to think about what would work in my area. Locally.
100.
And like
100 emoji.
Because, you know, the Chicago lyric, you know, maybe it wouldn't work. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. That's a bold move for them. But like
Salome worked IMO. You know.
Atlanta opera, Shreveport opera, you know, whatever opera.
Look into the kind
Texas,
of people
whatever,
you have in your audience.
You know, exactly.
Not to claim that they're not doing that kind of work. Like, sure, maybe they are, but like, really think about what could hit someone in the heart. It's not just the and the tilted larynx that makes people weep. That simply won't do it. It's understanding to an innate level and being able to see yourself in a character.
I think Opera Theater St. Louis has done a great job of it. You know,
yes, I love that they focus on English.
I think they have proved that it can work, and it can work really well.
Yes,
maybe not everywhere, but St. Louis is a great. I mean, St. Louis is like, you know,
I would love to see their numbers
just outside of the Bible Belt.
Anybody got the St. Louis numbers?
I mean, I've been to a couple. I've been to a couple of their things, and I mean, it's never full, but it's pretty.
Doing well.
I mean, it's I would say the 2 or 3 shows I've been there were at, like, you know,
I do want to go see them.
70%. Yeah. I mean, I think they're doing a great job. I have a friend doing
stuff with them. Yeah.
And it's like they're. I mean, they proved that it can work.
Yes.
So
100.
I think other companies can follow their example that are in similar areas. Like St. Louis is a metropolitan area, metropolitan area that's surrounded by, everything around north, south, east, west of St. Louis is a little rural area, And the same thing as Atlanta, same thing as, Tennessee and all those areas.
And I think no matter whatever area we're in, I think there is like a particular hunger for live art that's happening right now. Like within the last several months, like suddenly it's like, damn, we're all really isolated. Guess I'll go do something that like forces me to be around people and have a group experience. I think like even in like the urbanest of urban areas, like in New York, even it's like they're seeing record numbers like for Masquerade, like
well,
like they're
that's
doing
a
great.
whole other thing,
of course, that's an even more social
participatory
thing. But for people in New York who even are like I'm on the street and I'm around people all the time, but I want to keep to myself. Like for them to seek out that kind of experience, I think is telling. And I think it's like people are hungry for it everywhere, and so all the more reason to have it everywhere, even in the littler areas. And like what you do helps people in your town, and like, but what they need.
It works for them.
It works because you know what they need.
It works for them.
We're not going to give them. I think opera tries to give people what they don't ask for.
Yeah.
And I know you agree. What was that?
That's funny.
Thank you for your thoughts.
That was it.
Yeah. You spoke his piece.
there's part of it that's like the art form, it's like you need to eat your vegetables and you need to learn how to appreciate other cultures. Like that's all valid.
Yeah.
That's all valid. But if
and
you're like,
still exist.
if you're like, if your whole book is red, if you're not making money on anything, if you're relying on, I better hope these 8 donors die and give us their estate by the end of this year, otherwise we won't be able to keep going.
Well,
it's like if you're there, you need to try something else. You have
to. And it can't just be like, well, we don't know what else to do. Like you have to try anything. Like if a big chunk of your money, if a big chunk of your money is coming from one income source that is like oil. It's gonna run out one day. It's gonna run out one day. You have to be looking into renewable energy. You know what the renewable energy is? Appealing to the audience of 20 and 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? It's not even children's opera because it's not directly getting the children involved.
I mostly don't think children's opera works. Honestly,
which I think is a fair thing. I think it's great and it's valuable. It's valuable. Like I'm not going to sit here and say it's not valuable. It's certainly valuable. But like
you've got your 30-year-old young artist program that's a dramatic baritone singing whatever.
I know.
And scaring the little kids, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, good. We showed the opera to the kids. Great. 30-year-old young artist program that's a dramatic whatever.
It's helping young adults see the value in the art and making something exciting for them. I think part of why Salome works is it's like you're not seeing that in live theater all the time, like that level of freak. And so like we need novelty. And sometimes like I think Thrilled to Announce doing like the cars on stages thing is great because that's a unique trait to opera. So like
it's something they figured out works, so they stick to it.
Yeah. Let's find novelty. Ooh, what if we found novelty that isn't expensive? What if we found novelty that doesn't cost $1 million to put on the stage? You know what I mean? I think
it's like the Chicago City Opera. If you go see one of their shows, they usually like give you something like a little like I went and saw Carmen and they gave you a little.
Oh, that's cute! I didn't know they did
Spanish
that, guys.
Flag, yeah.
Fierce. Really cute.
Yeah, or like I went and saw Figaro there, and they gave you like little fans.
Oh.
And it's like things like that. And I mean, I could talk forever about the director of that company is one of my mentors, and she's one of the like coolest and most forward thinking people I've met that's in the opera world. Yeah. So it's like things like that. That's like anything to connect to make it participatory, to connect, to bring it closer.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be farther away, you know?
Imagine finding a novelty that is like exciting enough and catches on by word of mouth enough that it is the marketing strategy. Like how Masquerade is. Like it's so novel. And so it was on the news.
And you can take a picture of yourself in the mask and you can say, hey, we went. Oh, that's interesting.
But even if it's not like
all that kind of stuff too.
Even if it's not like a story everyone knows, like not everyone knows Marriage of Figaro, like whatever. Even the concept of it like being something you walk through like with people is cool. But I do think something like that would need to be in English.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
Sound off below. Let us know what you think. Because this is not just in us conversation. To go back to like, this is what I'll say. The only value in sharing a repost on your Instagram story, be it for political reasons, be it for what you want to see change in the opera world reasons, is because it does participate in cultural shifts. Yep. Because the more you do see someone like, oh, they believe this, like, I guess I should actually ponder this. Like, or like, oh my God, yes, like I relate to this. Like that does help with cultural shifts, which like a lot of stuff can't happen until certain cultural shifts are amassed to a certain degree, like at least to a 60-40 level or a 70-30 level. That is valuable, but you're right. Nothing happens until action happens. And I think even so the step beyond like reposting, yes, I agree with this, is probably conversating with like the real people in your life that you know that are down to talk about this, like how we do. But then also from there is like sticking with your guns with like what you think should change. Like if you think, oh, I think baddies with blue hair should be given the same opportunity as like those that do not have blue hair. Like
that's funny.
Like live and like say you've always wanted blue hair and like but you don't because you are like scared you won't have gigs. All you can do that is in your power is show up as yourself the way you want to be and saying F you, and the people that like
the
love
more people that do that, the easier it becomes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing more and more of it, if I'm being honest. And I get really excited when I see artists like that are unafraid to be visually different. And I'm not even talking visually because like some people are alternative on the inside and don't necessarily look alternative on the outside, and that's slay too. But like, how can you bring yourself and your thoughts to the industry? And I think the same thing applies with like, what do we want to be offering people? What do we actually give people? I think that's really important. What do the people need? Tell us.
Yeah.
Call us.
Give us a call.
Call us. Call us.
What's the phone number they can call?
The phone number. I'm getting even faster pulling it up, guys. It doesn't even take me that long anymore. Okay, please call 224-423-5218. If you would like to give us a call.
Give us a call.
Tell us what you think. If you think there's like a certain thing that like we're missing in this convo of like, how do we actually make what we give people valuable? How do we make it better art? Like, sound off.
Yeah, and if you're a soprano that wants to rabidly disagree with us, do it. I dare
you. For real, disagreeing opinions we welcome as well. Yeah. And we're not kidding. So we're here to chat. We're here to shoot the shit. That's what we're about. But we love you guys so much.
Yep.
We love y'all bad. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.